What's going on, family? It's your boy, Crazy Faith the God in the building. Getting ready to drop some quick value for you guys. You know, Happy Friday. Let's go, let's go, let's get it, let's get it. So, diving into it. So, today's topic is going to be, God's timing, right? We all have to wait on God's timing and, just being patient with what He's doing, right? Sometimes we get out of God's timing. We get a little bit impatient, and it's okay. Including us, including me. I have the same problem. I get a little impatient, and I just got to remind myself that God is running the show, right? God is calling the shots. God is making plans. He created, designed this whole universe, so I gotta yield to Him, right? Because He can see things I can't see. He knows things that I don't know. He is developing me into the person I'm becoming, and He knows if I'm ready or not. So that means if what I want is not happening, then I gotta develop, right? If I want something that's not happening already, then that means I gotta put in more work. I gotta develop more. I gotta strengthen my character. I gotta strengthen my spirit, right? And this is what all God's timing is, just waiting on Him, right? Blocking out the noise, waiting on Him, being patient, right? Being patient. With me, I was getting impatient, and I had to, slow myself down because I know if I'm impatient, I'm not going to get there. I'm going to keep stumbling and falling and keep repeating the same mistakes over and over. Why? Because I'm impatient, right? Nothing happens when you're impatient. You're not going to get it any faster being impatient, right? And his timing is way better, right? His timing is way better, but we're not gonna understand that until we yield to him, until we understand, like, oh, okay, we know that his timing is gonna allow us to inherit the blessing, to actually keep the blessing, to develop the mindset for the blessing, right? And without the mindset, without developing the character and strengthening your character and waiting on his time, you miss the blessing. You drift off to something else. You're not being faithful. You're not having patience, right? And I feel like this is where some people, go wrong. This is where some people lose. This is where some people stumble, right? Yes, it's taking long, right? Including me, it's taking long. But at the end of the day, when King David got anointed, right, 13 years later, he became king. So, like, if you look through his perspective, so to speak, he was probably saying the same thing. Like, come on, I'm in a shepherd's field. I'm supposed to be king right now. Like, I got anointed to be king. Why I gotta wait 13 years? But he understood that it's gonna take preparation in order to become that king, and there's gonna be some testings and trials through the whole process. Are you willing to stay dedicated? Are you willing to be committed? Are you willing to show up every day? Are you willing to be 1% better? Are you willing to stand on your word? Are you willing to hold down on your word when you don't see anything happening? Are you willing to take each step by faith each and every single day instead of sight? Instead of walking through sight, you're taking steps in faith. Are you willing to do this every single day when you don't see nothing? When there's a storm, when things are not going your way, when you're in a delay, when you're just not seeing results? Are you willing to still keep pushing forward and trust the process? Right? And it's beautiful about God's timing because it builds patience, trust, hope, and life. And to be able to wait and see what's on the other side. Trust me, the fight is worth the wait. The wait is worth the wait. The fight is worth the wait, you know? But if we're impatient, we're going to miss it. We're going to miss it, right? There's so much that needs to be done until the dream comes to life. So My advice to you guys is just to get involved with the process on a day-to-day basis, right? To forget about the end result, but just stay present with the process, keep the faith, and understand this day by day, walk by walk, faith by faith, walk by walk, right? No more sight. Let's remove that out of the way because I feel like that's how some of us stumble, and we are limited of vision. But when we have faith, we can walk by the faith of the vision and expand and keep moving forward, right? It's all trust. It's all building trust with God, trusting God, timing, right? Trusting His timing, right? Anything before God's timing is a curse. Anything before God's timing is a curse, right? Because if you get it before its time, you're not going to be able to sustain it. And you're going to be even more miserable if you lose it, if you get it and lose it. I don't know which one is worse, to get it and lose it or to never get it at all. Which one is worse, do you think? To get it and lose it or to never get it at all? Right? Being rich is hard, being broke is hard. We got to choose our heart, you know? We got to choose our heart, right? This is all about sacrifice and betting on you, trusting in God, and believing in God, right? God cannot lie. If He lies, He has to die. God cannot lie, right? So, with that being said, guys, I hope you guys took a lot of value from this, and this was able to, shift your perspective, and for you to get a different insight on life and God's timing and the steps that needs to be taken in order to reach your dreams and goals one day at a time, not getting too pressured, not feeling anxiety, not feeling overwhelmed, but just relaxing and patience through the process, one day at a time, getting to your promised land, getting to the end result, putting in work, getting to towards your dreams and goals and aspirations. Right? This is what it's gonna take: the trust in God, right? Building trust in God, trusting in His timing, right? So with that being said, guys, hope you guys have a beautiful, amazing Friday. It's your boy, Crazy Faith the God, on the way out. Let's grow.